You found the G-spot. Unscrewed with Martin Sargent's next.
Coming up tonight, a lesson in evolution you never learn in school that might just affect tourism in the Grand Canyon. Plus, would you change your vote in exchange for mind-blowing sex? If so, we might be able to help you. And finally, our girl gone wild who used to be a competitive dancer and says that dancing makes her feel free.
Did you turn off that crap music, Laura? That ain't music, that's noise.
And now, fun killer, Martin Sargent.
How you doing, everyone? Wonderful to have you. Thanks so much for coming out, despite Laura's antics and supporting the show. Why don't you put on some Benny Goodman or something we can actually listen to, Swish?
You're no fun, Martin. You're no fun anymore.
I know. I'm old. I'm an old man now. I'm an old man. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Unscrewed, the show that hovers above the sleeping body of internet culture, gleaming steel probe at the ready. I'm television's Martin Sargent. You know, my life as a rich and powerful television personality is pretty okay. But sometimes, even I get sad, a little blue. And when I feel this way, there's only one path back to Chippersville, and that's observing people whose lives are even sadder, weirder, and more meaningless than mine. Thankfully, there's a lot of them on internet, and after a few clicks, my life suddenly doesn't look so bad. I usually start at bikerfox.com. This biker fox is a grown man in Oklahoma who thinks he's a male model, and a professional bike racer, and a wildlife photographer. And judging from the hundreds of photos he's posted on his site, he also likes to dress in jorts and twist his hairy, shirtless torso into a series of obscene, deeply disturbing poses. It's not clear if that's his blue steel or an unsettlingly dead-on impression of Buffalo Bill from The Silence of the Lambs. What is clear is that I'm really glad I'm not him. Now, if I'm still feeling down, I might pop over to devirginizemark.com. Mark here enjoys listening to Toby Keith, Yanni, and Neil Diamond, which leads me to believe that the only person sadder than Mark is whoever finally de-virginizes Mark. Now, in the rare case that I'm still not happy to be me, I fall back to my fail-safe. I go down into my basement and play with the mutant halfling I bought for $37 on eBay. I call him Tim. Tim lives in my sump pump, and boy howdy, the fact that I'm not him is always enough to make me grab the umbrella and start singing in the rain. So thanks, Internet. Thanks for making me happy to be me again. Thanks. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Hey, everyone. Hey, do you know what else makes me happy? When my intern Raljit downloads web videos of hot lesbian action for my personal amusement. Thanks, Raljit.
Why does it doesn't end up on the internet?
Okay, it won't on the internet. I don't even know what eBay is. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's very nice.
I think we should play that again.
I think we should probably play
That
for like
was-
the next 20 minutes. Our ratings go up and up and up and up and up. But seriously, this isn't going to end up on the internet. This isn't going to end up on the internet.
And then it does. My favorite thing
That's
is...
probably what Paris Hilton said.
Yeah, this will just be for us, right?
It's just for us. This is just for you and me.
I like that they were sort of shy about it at first. Like that first initial kick, it looked like a peck, like a... And then next thing you know, her tongue is down the other one's throat, like...
Hey, Swish.
Yeah?
You ever kiss a girl?
Once.
Really? Tell us all about it right now. Because that's hot. Why is it so hot for the guy to see the two ladies? Do you get turned on by seeing two guys do that?
And not really, and I don't understand the appeal. I don't know why that is.
I don't either. I don't understand the feel of that one either.
I think we should have more of it. More guy-on-guy action. Hot guy-on-guy action. For the
Okay,
ladies.
let's move on with the rest of the show now, Swish. Stupid idea. Tonight's show is more dangerous and unpredictable than Gary Busey. My good friend, cryptozoologist John Rhodes is going to be here to tell you why your weird next-door neighbor might actually be a reptilian mutant who wants to kill and eat you. So you don't want to miss that. You're dangerous to miss that. And our girl got wired so hot, she gave me the prickly heat all up and down my neck, thigh, head, neck, and chest areas. You know that prick? You ever get that? I think you call it hot fat now.
Well,
All right.
yeah.
But on a serious note, our children are our future. And that's why we've developed a series of educational videos aimed at teaching our kids about the technologies found throughout the world. And we call it Tech Around the Globe.
1, 2, 3, tech around the globe. Teaching our children what they didn't know. It's tech around the globe.
Welcome to Tech Around the Globe. Today we're going to learn about the technology of Ghana. Not to sound haughty, but the tech of Ghana is actually pretty crappy. They also beat strangers to death there with sticks. Well, that's it for this edition of
Tech around the globe.
Just doing our part to teach the kids about other cultures. All right, everyone, up next, we'll hear from a cryptozoologist who claims that evolved reptoids are living among us and that they might want to eat us. Stick around.
The 200 horsepower, 6-speed Accurate TSX. It defies more than just convention.
Introducing Zavix Virtual Bowling. You may forget it's not real. Zavix. Rated E for everyone. Game and port sold separately.
Decide your destiny. A life of virtue or villainy is up to you. Fable, for every choice, a consequence. Rated mature.
I initially went to a university, a traditional four-year college, but that wasn't for me. I ended up just making hamburgers across the street from campus. After a few years of handing out ketchup for a living, I heard an ad for ITT Tech on the radio, so it was like 2 in the morning, and I said, well, maybe I should give them a call and see what I can do there. So I did. I graduated valedictorian at ITT Tech twice, once for my associates and then for my bachelor's. When I started going to school, one day my mother asked me, who are you and what have you done with my son? Today I maintain test equipment that's used for making military weapons for the government. I get a great sense of pride out of my job. I can't believe I got a chance like this.
We are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-327-1172 or visit us on the web. Take advantage of our new programs that include on-campus and flexible online courses to better fit your busy lifestyle. Call 1-800-327-1172 to apply.
No crunches ever.
Introducing the Ab Lounge, scientifically designed to get you up off the floor, making old-fashioned crunches a thing of the past.
Sculpt your abdominals using the Ab Lounge jackknife, proven in university testing to be better for your body.
It's as easy as a crunch, but the Ab Lounge design makes every move really count, targeting your abs without wasted effort.
Compare the Ab Lounge to an old-fashioned crunch. The advanced Ab Lounge jackknife generates up to 75% more muscle activity in the upper and lower abdominals, and an amazing 268% more in the love handle obliques.
I have this one pair of jeans. After just 8 weeks, my fat jeans don't really fit anymore.
With its rolled steel frame, the Ab Lounge supports up to 275 pounds.
And it's so easy, almost anyone can use it.
Call now to try the Ab Lounge for 30 days for just $14.95. If you don't agree the Ab Lounge is the best way to a sexy stomach, return it within 30 days for a refund of your $14.95.
Call now and say goodbye to crunches forever.
Welcome back to Unscrewed. How well do you know your neighbors? My next friend says they could be aliens, evil reptilian aliens. Here's cryptozoologist John Rhodes. Hey, John, great to have you on the program. Now, before we get into the reptiles, tell us what a cryptozoologist does.
Cryptozoology, crypto meaning hidden, and zoology, the study of animals. So we know about 5 million life forms here on Earth, but there's an estimated between 1 and 150 million life forms we've yet to encounter.
So the cryptozoologist is studying animals that aren't recognized as being real yet. Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, Naga, reptoids.
Yeah, some of those, yeah. There's also different fishes and different types of insects, many of which we find all the time. And when we do, we just enter them back into the scientific catalogs so we can say this is a recognized life form.
So your specialty as a cryptozoologist is the reptoid. What is a reptoid?
Reptoid means reptilian humanoid. And a scientist a number of years ago by the name of Dale Russell took the model of a dinosaur, and he said that if this had been allowed to evolve uninterrupted, it would have reached this model he created. And actually, it was of a humanoid type of a reptilian creature, much like what was discussed in the earliest Genesis accounts. And ancient cultures all around the world that they talk about a long time ago, we used to actually be in contact with a creature species that was intelligent, was able to communicate with mankind. And this is all around the world. This isn't just, you know, Christian mythology. This is mythologies all around.
So everyone kind of believes this. No matter what culture, there are people that are buying this. It's all over your website, reptoids.com.
Yeah.
What else can we find up there?
You'll be able to find some of the theories of how these creatures may have evolved, how basically sometimes in like Antarctica, which some of the dinosaurs were best suited to survive when the devastation happened 65 million years ago, they were best suited for a cold environment and living in the dark. So these are the ones that may have gone underground to adapt to an underground civilization.
So maybe I was misspeaking before. It may not be my neighbors who are the reptoids, but they're living not necessarily among us, but underground. Is that right?
Now let me ask you a question. Are you worried about getting eaten or hoping to get eaten? Because rumor is you don't get enough sex. Maybe a reptoid will do, you know?
Rumor has it he got eaten last night. I don't know if it's true or not.
What rumor? Where are you getting these rumors, man?
You know how it is. It's through the network.
Are reptoids good lays?
You know, I wouldn't know, but looking at the shot previous to this, I was wondering what a couple of females would look like with lip lock. Of course, you know, they don't have lips, so, you know.
They do have big tails,
What do they look like?
They do have big tails.
They have big tails.
So, okay, they don't have lips, they got big tails.
What's being reported all around the world is that there are these creatures that are being encountered. Most people have seen these big creatures, these little guys with the big heads and the big eyes. That's actually transforming. Nowadays, people are seeing more and more of these creatures that are about anywhere from 6 to 7.5 foot tall, very muscular. They have scales or beaded skins. Some have tails and some don't. 3 fingers with an opposable thumb. These are the descriptions which we would think of as like Satan or something evil that lives underground. What we're actually looking at is maybe a long time ago, some of these dinosaurs, not the ones that evolved into birds, because they did survive and evolve into birds, which we only just recently recognized, but some of them may actually be living underground in a parallel civilization to ours. So these ships that are coming over human populations and creatures that we may be calling aliens may not be from some star system, but they may actually be from hidden ecological niches deep underground in our Earth.
Okay. What is your proof of all of this?
There really is no proof.
Okay.
But what there is that there are stories and multiple eyewitness sightings. Recently, they had one down in Brazil. A number of years ago, they had one in South Carolina, Bishopville, South Carolina, in which an entire town was seeing these creatures. 5 or 6 people, one was a retired colonel, had seen them, and this made ABC News. This was a big report. People had seen these that had great credibility in the local communities. So it's not something that's so perhaps fictional, although we'd like to believe so, because encountering something that would look like that would just really invoke all kinds of fear in us, and that's why people like to entertain the subject with fear, because, you know, it's what churches for 2,000 years have been telling us.
Why would they be walking around though? Why would they see, like, I want to go to North Carolina or whatever? Why not New York or Manhattan? You know?
I think it's a matter if they live in remote geological areas, and if they're looking for different things to do with the ecology, looking for plants and stuff like that. It's only, most of the reports people are encountering these are on the outskirts of towns and farm villages where they're seeing them on the edge of woods.
Haven't you just found some evidence down in the Grand Canyon? It's very interesting. You actually haven't revealed it in over 6 years. You're going to do it here on this show for the first time.
Well, actually, in 1909, in the Arizona Gazette newspaper, April 5th, 1909, the headlines talk about the Smithsonian Institution discovering a massive underground city cut into the sides of the canyon. And they said that they hadn't fully explored the place, but it had enough room for 50,000 people to live in. And the reason this is kind of pertinent, and they did, of course, cover all this up because it kind of went against traditional anthropological viewpoints of the early peopling of America. But the important thing about this is that the Hopi Indians, they claim that a long time ago, these creatures that they called their elder brothers are the snake people, and also the ant people, which is interesting because that's what you would look at when you think one of these little gray aliens. When these cyclical devastations come upon Earth, they're actually taken, groups of them are taken underground dependent on if their spirituality is right, and they're saved to become the genesis of following generations after everybody else is wiped out.
Peyote. Peyote. That's maybe why they saw these things.
Have you seen some on peyote?
No.
Don't look away from me when you're answering that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things on a lot of drugs, man. Never a reptoid. Well, maybe that's what the Hopis saw.
Well, no, there's an aspect of our own evolution, according to evolutionary science. They say that all mammals actually evolved from early reptiles. We've morphologically changed over 65 million years ago. The part of the brain that's the most ancient part of the brain is called the reptilian complex because it actually drives all the subconscious aspects of our biological systems. And so therefore, this part of a reptilian aspect of things that comes up in our psychology and dreams and in visions is a part of ourselves, but at the same time, there's too much actual tracks, there's too many multiple eyewitness sightings where they've actually seen creatures like this physically. Gotcha. So it's kind of a little bit of both.
We got to run here. I wish we could talk all night about this. We got to go, though. John, real quick, are they dangerous? Do we have to worry about them?
They're as dangerous as any other human.
All right, there you go. Well, thanks for being with us tonight. John, you got to check out the DVD. And for more about cryptozoology, go to reptoids.com where you can buy the DVD. All right, coming up, get your rocks off and change the political landscape while you're at it. Find out how next.
Own a part of cinematic history. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, Collector's DVD gift set, featuring the extended edition of the movie that won 11 Academy Awards and is now 50 minutes longer. With a beautifully detailed Minas Tirith keepsake box sculpted by the Weta artists, and a bonus DVD featuring the music of Howard Shore. The greatest adventure of all time is now the must-own DVD of the year. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Own the Collector's DVD gift set today.
You think you know what's up? NFL Street 2, rated E for everyone. EA Sports.
Why did your last diet fail?
If you're over 30, overstressed, and overweight, take a look in the mirror. You've got excess body fat around your waist, hips, and belly, right? Well, diet failure is not your fault. The problem is cortisol, a nasty little stress hormone that traps excess fat around the middle. But now there's Relacor. Relacor helps control cortisol and helps us lose stubborn belly fat fast. If you're dieting and still plagued by unsightly belly bulge, even if you're low-carb dieting, there's only one Relacor. Relacor helps you get thinner, look younger, and have energy to burn. Remember, when you're over 30, overstressed, and want to get rid of stubborn belly fat, the answer is Relacor.
Call in the next 15 minutes and find out how you can receive a 1-month supply of Relacor absolutely free. Call 1-800-477-1830. That's 1-800-477-1830.
Order Relacor now. It's easy. You'll love it.
In these times of too much credit card debt, are you getting caught trying to balance your credit card problems as you try to balance your life? The consequences are serious. But there is hope. There's 800 Credit Card Debt, an approved debt management company established to get you back on solid ground.
If you have between $2,500 and $40,000 in credit card debt, then 800 Credit Card Debt can help eliminate credit card penalties, reduce interest rates, and make your monthly payments smaller.
They negotiated my payments down substantially from $300 a month to $135.
My interest rates on all 4 cards were between 22 to 29%. They lowered my interest rates to 4 to 11%.
It went down from $20,000 to $18,000 to $16,000 to $15,000.
At a much faster rate than I could have done myself.
Call for your free and confidential credit card debt analysis. Call in the next 5 minutes to see how fast you can get out of debt. 1-800-453-1306.
See the best, greatest, biggest, shiniest, coolest, and blinkiest new stuff coming next year when the Screensavers goes live at the Consumer Electronics Show January 6th and 7th at 7 Eastern.
Oh, hi, welcome back. Great to have you back here. Thank you, that's enough, simmer down. So, we taped this show a few days before the time you're watching it right now, so we have no idea who was elected president tonight. But what we do know is that regardless of who won, a fair amount of you are going to get laid tonight. Why? Well, internet, of course. See, the internet and all the sex election sites that are out there. Take this one, VoterGaz. You've probably heard of it. This here is a site dedicated to increasing votes by threatening to not have sex with anyone who does not cast a ballot. You could take one of 3 VoterGasm pledges. Here's the first one. You could pledge to be a citizen by promising to withhold sex from non-voters for the week following the election. I could basically run for Congress and some chicks would still withhold sex from me. But second, you could be a patriot by pledging to have sex with a voter on election night and withhold sex from non-voters for the week following the election. Or third, you could be really hardcore and be a true American hero and pledge to have sex with a voter on election night and withhold sex from non-voters for the next 4 years. 4 years, Swish. Now, be sure that you read the fine print because before you make the pledge, acceptable sexual positions include but are not limited to missionary, doggy-style, cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, leapfrog, butterfly, humpback whale, cling wreck, squashing of the deck chair, accordion, reverse piggyback, and advanced leapfrog.
Also known as twin leapfrog.
Twin leapfrog. Also, while you're there, be sure to check the VoterGasm post-election party listings. Basically, these are orgies going on right now as you're watching this crap television program. Now, for those of you who only get laid like once every 4 years, go out now and get your lever pulled. Stop watching it, go. All right? It's erection night. Get out there. Now, if you're looking for a more meaningful relationship, there's always this other site, actforlove.com. This is a site for political activists who want to score with their own kind, because God forbid you get lucky and find out that she thinks differently about stem cells than you do. Essentially, both VoterGasm and Act for Love are clever ploys on the parts of the webmasters to have sex probably for the first time since the Clinton administration. But the same really can't be said about this third site, F the Vote, which encourages voters to use their sexual power to nail complete and total strangers, and in the heat of passion, when people will say just about anything, including, stick the lamp up my ass, honey, to change their political affiliation. So, let's go ahead and talk to one of F the Vote's organizers. Here's Carl DeSalvo. Hi, Carl.
Hi, how are
you? Great to have. So do I have this right here while you're douching some and you try to change their vote? That work?
Yeah. Well, I think it will work definitely.
What do you mean you think? Have you tried it or not? Have you done it?
Well, we have many people who have claimed that they've done the deed for us or rather for the country because it is a patriotic act.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Carl. A lot of people say things they don't really mean when they're effing.
Right. Well, that's why we have a pledge form, right?
Okay.
So it's not, you can get them to pledge, and actually, hopefully, you'll get them to pledge before you put out. It's pledge for play is the way we think about it.
Now, this is very partisan. Basically, the idea is to screw to beat George Bush.
Right.
We don't know if it's worked yet.
Right.
The people watching this show do. We don't, all right?
Yes.
But I'd like to think that if Kerry won, it's because of those terrible things I did to that girl I met at the Badly Drawn Boy concert last week. Because, man, I made her do a lot of promising. All right. So why did you first create this site?
Well, I think we created it because we were brainstorming about how to get involved in the election, and we realized that, we thought actually that how do you change people's votes? How do you get people to listen to you? How do you get them to change their opinions? And as true, good Americans and consumers, we realized that the best way to do that is through sex.
Yeah.
So, we said, hey, sex sells, sex works, let's go with it. And I think, beyond that, there's a basic premise to our site that we wholeheartedly believe in, and that's that at the end of the day, liberals are just hotter, and they're better in the sex.
I can definitely see this program working in the schools. Like, I think it would be a really popular way to get young people to vote. Have you thought about that at all?
No. We've actually tried to stay away from the schools. We want to keep everything above board, so...
You know what, man? I would vote for Lyndon LaRouche if it helped me get my balls wet.
Well, exactly. See, that's exactly the point. The question is, what are you willing to do to get a vote, and what are you willing to do to get laid? And hopefully we can make those two things come together in a
Quite
good
literally.
way. Exactly, in which everyone has a lot of fun, and we get some regime change going on.
I like this guy. I like the way you think, Carl. Thanks very much for being on the program.
All right, thank you.
Hey, if you out there, if you want to screw for democracy, get rid of Bush, go to AskTheVote.com. All right, prepare to lick the honey-drizzled thighs of girls gone wired after the break. It's sweet.
Due to broadcast standards, they can't say this.
Come on, give me the double.
We can't show you this.
Nice.
You don't want to see this.
Let's roll here.
How about a foursome?
And thank goodness for this.
This is awesome!
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. Buy the unrated DVD version where it's all revealed. Oh, yeah. Now with loads of extras.
What's the smell? I can't take it anymore!
Get yours with the works. Get the rated or unrated version January 4th.
No enemy has ever withstood our might. I need a weapon.
Rated M for mature.
Find whatever you're looking for in the 200 horsepower Acura TSX with available satellite navigation.
Check this out. This is what we do for a living.
We're software developers.
With the training we received at Westwood, we learned to design, code, and test games like this.
And this.
Can you believe that we get paid for playing games?
Westwood College now offers training online or on campus for video game careers. For a brochure, call toll-free 877-558-1997. That's 877-558-1997. Call now.
Anime Unleashed, next.
Cell phone, 1.2 megapixel camera, and holds 5,000 MP3s.
Wow, that's really impressive. Oh, hold on a second, sorry. Hello? Yeah, hey, I'm in the middle of lunch. Can I call you back? All right, cool, thanks. So that's a lot of MP3s.
Yeah.
See the best, greatest, biggest, shiniest, coolest, and blinkiest new stuff coming next year when the Screensavers goes live at the Consumer Electronics Show January 6th and 7th at 7 Eastern.
Hold on, let me put you on speakerphone.
No.
Now let's step from our loose-fitting robes and wade waist deep into the warm, slick gurgle pool of Girls Gone Wild. Tonight's velvet sheath lust pedal is Trigère Regine. More than anything, Trigère likes dancing. It sets her free. Well, as a child, I too loved the dance. I used to dance down by the wharf for coins, and I was good. Maybe too good. Because one day a man in a black suit coat named Dr. Falco abducted me and forced me to join his traveling circus of urchins. He chained me to a box and forced me to dance day in and out. And when I grew weary, he flogged me. And when I collapsed, he flogged me more. Dance no longer set me free, for now I was its prisoner. But he did introduce me to tons of hot, juggy ladies, just like Trigère. So I guess it was all worth it. Thanks, Dr. Falco.
I had no idea that you were a dancer, Mike.
Oh, I was quite a dancer. Oh, how I used to dance in the streets and the avenues in the strip clubs. But those just to pay for college. In cages,
You put
on poles.
yourself through an Ivy League college, stripping.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go find myself a Republican to bang. All right, thanks to my friends John Rhodes, Carl DeSalvo, Girl Gone Wired, Trigère, and of course the Swish. See you at the bar, everyone.
Stay tuned. Anime Unleashed next.